Law of cosines. Law of cosines is used to find the missing sides and angles of a non-right triangle. We have three laws of cosines. Number one is your c square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cosine of c. Keep in mind this uppercase c is an angle, lowercase a and b and c are your sides. Second formula is yours b square is equal to a square plus c square minus 2ac cosine of b. A square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cosine of a. How we can memorize these formulas? There's a trick over here. Whatever is the lowercase letter on the left side, and that's the angle we have to find. So it says c square. Now what are left in our triangle? A and b. It becomes a square plus b square. Now after this you will write minus 2 and you will take the same two letters a, b and write cosine of what? Uppercase c, because we have to find this. Let's look at the second formula. B square is equal to, now what letters are left? A and C. So a square plus c square minus 2ac cosine of what? Cosine of this letter over here, uppercase B. Third formula is your a square. Now what is left in this? We are having b square plus c square. You will take the minus 2 and you will take the same two letters over here, bc, write cosine of what we are finding in this. We are finding uppercase letter a. So this is how we get the formulas for law of cosine. You can start with our left side and you can make your own formula based on the letters over here. Using law of cosines, find the missing side. So we have to find lowercase a, and the question clearly says use law of cosine. So I will use my formula. My formula will be a square. Now since I have a square over here, what are left in my formula? B square plus c square minus sine 2, and I will use these two letters over here, bc, cosine of uppercase a. Now I will type the values over here. Let's write the values. B is your 1. I write 1 square plus C is your 3. It will be 3 square minus 2 times 1 times 3 cosine of A. Now remember, you write over here cosine of what? 80 degrees over here. And this is equal to what? A square. So these problems will be solved in no more than 3 or 4 steps. After this, since the question says find the value of only side A, so I have to get rid of this square. How I can get rid of square? I have to take the square root on both the sides. So I will take the square root or radical on both the sides. So I'm left over with A is equal to, I will type this everything in the calculator to show you how we are able to find the answer. So in this case, what you will use is, you will use this radical over here. It says 1 square and it says plus 3 square minus 2 times 1. As you can see, I'm typing in the calculator as I have written on my left side over here. No changes. It says cos. Now it says cos 80 degrees. Now always remember, since you have opened one parenthesis over here for cos, you have to close the parenthesis and you have to use the right arrow key to come out of this radical. So what is my answer? My answer is 2.993. So I will just write 2.99. So this is my answer, 2.99, for this question over here. Find side A, lowercase a, given B is equal to 2, C is equal to 4, and uppercase A is equal to 72. So I'll write my formula, law of cosines. A square is equal to, since I have to find A, now what is left? B square plus C square minus 2, same, I will repeat the same two letters, BC, cosine of A. So this is the law of cosines formula which I have to use. After this, what I have to do is I have to substitute my values. So 2 square plus 4 square minus 2 times 2 times 4 times cosine of A is 72 degrees. And as I mentioned earlier to you, we will do the radical on both sides so I can get my answer. So as you can see in these questions, you only needed what? 3 steps over here. Rest of the work your calculator do for you. After entering the values in my calculator, I was able to find the value of lowercase a, or the side a, is what? 3.88. That's my answer over here for this question. And find the missing side in the given triangle. So first question is, we have to label our triangle, then we can know what is the missing side over here. As you all are aware, this is angle A. Whichever is the side of in front of A, that's known as lowercase a. Whichever is the side in front of B, like this is known as lowercase b. And this side is known as what? Lowercase c. Upon looking in the question, we were able to figure out that we have to find the missing value of, or missing side B. So first of all, I will write my formula for law of cosines. B square is equal to, now what is left in the Pythagorean theorem? A square plus c square minus 2. What you will write after this? You will use these two letters over here, 2ac cosine of. Now what angle you will use? Since you are using this b, you will use uppercase b over here. What we will do after this is we will substitute the values in this formula over here. So this is yours 2.5 whole square. This is your 7.5 whole square plus 2 times a is 2.5, and this is your 7.5 cosine of b. Cosine of what? Angle b is what? 45 degree. Okay, so don't always remember to use the proper values. Now after this step, what will be happening over here is I need to find only the value of b. So I will take the square root of both the sides as I have been doing in the previous problem. So this will be cancelled out. I will be left over with b is equal to. So let's use our calculator to find the value of b. 7.5 times cos of 45. Now remember, the calculator is already in degree mode. You will close the parentheses and you will use this arrow button to come out of the radical mode. So when I press this enter, I got my answer 9.43. So the value of my missing side b is what? 9.43. That's my answer for this question. Now let's look at this question. It says in triangle ABC, if lowercase a is 4, lowercase b is 3, and cosine of c. Please do pay attention to this part over here where it says cosine of c. It's not saying c. It says cosine of c is negative 1/2. What is the length of lowercase c? Since I have to find lowercase c, so I will use my formula. C square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cosine of c. So I will start substituting the value. This is my 4 square. This is my 3 square minus 2 times 4 times 3. Now, as I was telling you earlier, pay attention to this part over here. What is the value of cosine c? It's not saying c. Cosine c is saying negative 1/2. So I will replace this whole cosine c by what? Negative 1/2. And after this step, I will take the radical on both the sides over here. So this will be cancelled out, and I want to find the value of c. So I will type all of these values in the calculator to find my answer. 2 times 4 times 3. Now I will be using one more parenthesis over here, and I will use the fraction button. And negative sign is this one. I have seen most of the students, they make mistake. They use minus sign in front of negative. No, it use a negative button. Divided by what? 2. And you can come down, add over here at the end, and you close this and come out of the radical operation. It's out. Now I'll press the button over here, radical 37. So do you see any answer choice which says radical 37? Yes. Which answer choice is radical 37? Option 3. This is the what? Correct choice for this question over here, radical 37. In triangle CAT, lowercase a is 4, lowercase c is 5, and cosine of t is 1 over 8. What is the length of t? Now we know we have been learning formulas related with a square, b square, c square, but in this question we have given a new letter called t, but nothing to worry about. They are asking from us the value of t square, so I'll write t square is equal to, what are my remaining two letters, a square plus c square minus 2. As I taught you earlier, you can make your own formula. Okay, now this is your cosine of what, t. See, it looks like the formula which you have been using earlier. So now let's substitute the values. 4 square. So what 4 square? I'll write it over here. Let me write everything. 4 square plus 5 square minus 2 times 4 times 5. Now at this place you have to still pay attention because they gave you cosine of t. What is cosine of t? It is 1 over 8. So this means I will replace the whole cosine of t by 1 over 8. And this is your t square. Now what happens over here is t square, since we have to only find the value of t, I will take the radical on both the sides. So this radical and square will be cancelled out. You are left with t is equal to. So let's type all the values in the calculator and find our answer. On typing all the values in the calculator, you ended up with your answer 6. So t is 6 for this question. Now in this question it says if in triangle DEF, if D is radical 3, E is 4 and angle F is 30 degree. Remember, they have not given cosine of F, they just gave us F. The length of lowercase f is. So I can make my own law of sine formula. F square is equal to D square plus E square. Since I have used my side D and E, this will be my D and E. Cosine of what? Uppercase Fy. Whatever is the side over here, there's the last letter comes over here. So we will plug in the values over here. This is your radical 3 whole square plus 4 whole square minus 2. D is your radical 3. E is your 4. Now do not write 30, you write cosine of 30. Okay, and this is your F square. After this you will take the radical on both the sides. So this will be cancelled out and rest of the things your calculator can do for you. So I will show you the steps over here. So I got this and I use this radical over here. Now in my first parenthesis I have one more radical. It's not a problem, but make sure you are cautious when you're writing. I put them over here and here you go. You can see this is my square over here. Like this I can enter all the values. I have entered all the values in my calculator and I will press my equal sign. My answer is what? My answer is radical 7 for this question over here. So which tells us that which tells us the choice 3, this one is the what is the correct answer for this question.